But this is the cycle we find ourselves in. First law of Trumpodynamics. Every action is met with a very not equal overreaction.
These pardons are sick. They are offensive. They are un-American.
This is one of the most egregious, despicable acts in American history.
This is textbook authoritarian takeover 101.
I knew I should have taken that class. And not majored in submissive liberal crying 101. Oh. Is it an abuse of pardon power? I don't know. But that is his constitutional power. Again, for some reason, we have given presidents the power of a king. And then we say, oh, by the way, with that power, you're not going to get all like kingly and shit on us, right?
That's occasional TV host and sometimes comedian Jon Stewart throwing shade at his own side for once, calling out the Democrats and their media allies for their non-stop fear campaigns about Trump and the GOP. It's one of those rare moments when the left spins out so hard that even their own mouthpieces can't keep up. Stewart finally admits what we've all known. They thrive on scaring Americans into compliance. It's not about reason or debate. It's about using panic to push an agenda. They scream fascism every time Trump takes a breath, not because they believe it, but because fear is the only currency they have left to control the narrative and manipulate voters.
The return to 1600 Trumpylvania Avenue was as disorienting and chaotic as I imagined. But then we had a weekend. Serenity now. And we can finally catch our breath, begin to move forward with intentionality. Namaste.
Friday night massacre.
Late Friday night purge. A chilling purge.
The Purge.
Ah! Trump has ushered in the purge! I, for one, will take full advantage. Although, just in case I'm misinterpreting, what is this purge about exactly?
Breaking news, the mass firing of government agency watchdogs.
Trump fired at least 17 inspectors general.
No! He got rid of 17 inspectors general. That only leaves no one knows how many left. I have no idea. What Trump did violated the law. He can't just fire these people.
Title V, Section 403 of the U.S. Code, federal law, an inspector general may be removed by the president.
What? So what's the purge? What's the Why do I have an axe?
There is a specific law that requires notice, 30 days, and a statement of reasons, substantive and detailed rationale.
What? I'm sorry, what? Oh, apparently you can fire them, but you have to give them 30 days notice. Oh, so that's what we're upset about? No! You can do it, but not in that font! That's Hitler's font!
Just like with Bill Maher, Stewart only starts pointing out government overreach when it's a Republican in the White House. Sure, credit where it's due, he's at least acknowledging the issue, but let's not pretend conservatives haven't been sounding this alarm for decades. The expansion of presidential power didn't start with Trump, it was quietly normalized while Democrats looked the other way, and now that it's boomeranged back on them, they're suddenly outraged. This is classic left-wing short-term thinking. Grab power while it's convenient, then panic when the other side plays by the same rules.
Look, we are facing a deluge of these executive actions, and certainly we must be prepared for those most vulnerable to the consequences of these actions. But the "this is all fascist" argument has become almost a reflex for the left.
Donald Trump promised to be a dictator on day one, and he's carried that forward through the entire week.
5 days into this administration, the abuse is already rampant.
On a fascism scale of 1 to 10, with 10 being peak fascism, how would you rate Trump's first week?
Scale of Mussolini to the Holocaust. I would say it's not fascism. Do I not understand what fascism is? Republicans control the House, the Senate, the executive, and the judiciary. And just about every move that has been made till this point, we have granted them electorally. It's our f***ing fault. And the constant drum, yeah, it's just our fault. And the constant drumbeat of encroaching fascism will erode the credibility we will need if, hopefully if, and not when, it hits. But the truth is that for now, his most objectionable actions have taken place almost entirely within our designed democratic system. There was no authoritarian end run, no royal edicts. This shit happened to us as designed.
I've got to admit, it's pretty ironic that the same party shouting the loudest about protecting democracy seems completely unprepared to handle democracy actually working as designed. Like Stewart pointed out, all their screaming about Trump being a tyrant completely ignores the fact that everything he's done so far has happened within the framework of the system they claim to love. No royal decrees, no coups, just playing by the rules of a republic they suddenly find inconvenient. And here's the dilemma. Either Stewart is right and the system works, flawed but intact, or the system has always been broken and it just happened to empower someone they despise. So which is it? You can't keep screaming about the end of democracy when democracy gave you results you don't like. At some point, Democrats have to stop crying wolf before people stop listening entirely. What's wild is that their entire argument collapses under its own weight. If the system is so fragile that electing a populace causes total meltdown, then what are we even defending? And if the system is strong enough to handle different political ideologies peacefully transferring power, then maybe the left should take a breath and admit that Trump didn't break the country, they just lost control of it. Let me know what you think. Will Democrats finally come to terms with how American democracy functions? Or will they keep trying to blow it up every time they lose? Drop your thoughts below, and don't forget to like and subscribe. See you next time.